Raheem, I want to ask you about Mike McDaniel, who's become, I think, one of the favorite coaches in the media. Is he as cool of a dude as it sounds like he is?
Oh yeah, he definitely is, man. I call him Mikey. And a lot of people are a little bit shocked that I call him Mikey, but that's just because, the relationship that I've had with him throughout the years. So I've known him for quite some time, and man, he's just a very personal guy, a guy that, you can go up to and kick it and talk, football, talk about life, or talk about kids and all that good stuff. So not too many people, truly realize that in the head coach, because, with the head coach, you're thinking, hey, it's important for me to act this certain way as a player, the player-coach relationship. But all in all, man, this guy's a wonderful guy, man. And like I said, he's a person that you could really talk to.
Well, and it's clear, Bob, the feeling is mutual, right? Because he made a point of going out and saying, hey, I've coached this guy before. I want him here in Miami with what I'm building with the Dolphins there. So that's a big compliment to you as well, that Coach McDaniel said, bring me Raheem Mostert. Glad you guys are reunited in Miami. Raheem, so we're a fantasy football show, and last year or previously, you have gone on a very famous Twitter rant, if you will, about fantasy football. So let me say a couple of things here real quickly. Number one is you were right, 100% right. And on behalf of everyone in fantasy football, allow me to apologize to you, Raheem. I think just like everything on social media, there's about 10% of people that are bad apples and, are kind of jerks. But for the majority, I think fantasy football managers are appreciative of NFL players, don't tag players in their tweets. If they do, they're positive. So I just wanted to, number one, I just wanted to apologize to you personally on behalf of the fantasy football community, and then ask you, has it gotten better? Have people been better, nicer? I mean, the fantasy football community has been obviously very excited about your production this year, even though I know your concern is helping the Dolphins win games.
Yeah, I mean, now that I realize the fantasy world, man, is honestly you got to embrace it, because people are out there just trying to live vicariously through football players, and that's one thing that I realized, growing up and watching, fantasy leagues and everything like that, and having some teammates that are in fantasy league as well. So, I got a teammate of mine right now that's like, hey, Raheem, I need 15 points out of you today. And, I just sit back and I just laugh, because honestly, that's what it all is about, man. Just having a good time. And I really appreciate you, taking the time to apologize and stuff like that. But I want to apologize for, making those statements, because now that I realize, man, fantasy football is just a way for people to connect. And who am I to be a person to stop that or be, anything different? So.
No, and by the way, I don't think anyone took it that way. I don't think, listen, there are people that are Miami Dolphins fans that are going to root for you, and there are people that are going to be Raheem Mostert fans that are going to root for you, even though they have a different NFL team, but they want you to produce like your team. Wait, who's your teammate that plays fantasy football that has you on your roster?
Man, I got a couple of them, actually. But Sam, he's one of our linebackers and special teams, man. He's always coming up to me week in and week out. Hey, Aheem, I need 15 out of you. Aheem, you better step it up today. And I'm like, man, you just adding more pressure to me, bro. Like, come on.
Well, listen, I have you on like 4 different teams. So listen, Sam, keep up the pressure. Keep up the pressure on Raheem. 2 last questions for you, Raheem. I know you're busy. So anyway, we need you to settle a debate for us, because we each have a nickname for you. We've talked about you on the show quite a bit. You were a sleeper for us in the preseason, and so I want you to judge which nickname you like better. Jay, what's yours?
So, Raheem, I think I might have made this up, but I'm going to run with it. I call you Raheem the Dream, like Hakeem the Dream, Olajuwon. Raheem the Dream. It's good. It's only positive.
And so my nickname for you is Raheem Must Start, because, like, hey, listen, we're trying to decide who we're putting in our lineup. Listen, Raheem is a must start. So Raheem Must Start is my nickname for you. We need you to decide here.
Oh, y'all put me in the spot right now. Both of them are really good. I will say that. I'm not gonna be a guy that's like, hey, look, there's one more than the other. But if I had to choose, I've been sticking with Raheem the Dream the longest, man.
There we go, Raheem. I'm gonna buy your jersey for my kids. That's awesome.
Pretty good. Yeah. Raheem the Dream is pretty good. But it sounds like But I will say it does sound like Raheem Mostert is approved.
Yes.
Like it's not. It's
solid number 2.
It's definitely approved. Listen, Raheem, I know you're super busy. So last question before we get out of here. I noticed that you have partnered with Cris and Oral-B to help bring health care to kids, to dental care to kids. Talk to me about why you got involved with this program, how important it is, and what it means to you.
Yeah, so the reason why I got involved, first and foremost, my upbringing, I really didn't know anything about, oral hygiene and dental and stuff like that. I didn't even know what a dentist was. And that's how much I was so in, behind closed doors that I didn't know anything about. But, man, just talking about Cris and Oral-B and stuff like that and being able to help, underprivileged kids that don't have the access, man, it's truly, touched base with me because, like I said, I grew up as one of those kids that usually had to brush his teeth or with his own finger, and also even having to use mouthwash because I didn't know what a toothbrush was. So that's just one of the little explanations that I can give you that definitely opened my eyes to wanting to give back and helping out and partnering with Cris and Oral-B because at the end of the day, that's all we can do. We just got to look out for each other and especially the youth, man. That's where it starts out. So, and being a football player, I could definitely use my platform in the best way. And what better way than to start with healthcare, something that I really believe in and dental care. So, that's why I joined and that's why it means so much to me, man, honestly. And I'm getting the chills right now, but like I said, man, it's honestly an honor, man. And I can't explain it enough.
We have a lot of parents and kids that watch and listen to this show. How can they get involved if they want to learn more?
Yeah, so the way you can get involved, today is National Brush Your Teeth Day. And so, for every donation that's being given, man, it's going to go back to the kids. So, that's just something that Cris and Oral-B have been able to do. And, moving forward, hopefully we'll bring more light and more positivity and keep this thing growing because, like I said, it only takes one person to make a donation or even to make a sacrifice in order to help the youth. And that's something that we all believe in.
Well, listen, Raheem, thank you so much for joining us, Raheem the Dream. I will acknowledge it. The man chose. You gotta live. You gotta honor that as well. No, you guys have a big matchup with the Bears this week. Tony Pollard just ran all over him, Raheem. So we're expecting a big game for you and a Dolphins victory this Sunday. So good luck in Chicago, and thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thanks, Raheem.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me, guys.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and RotoWorld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from RotoWorld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.